notably, like one of KSI's videos that came out a few days ago. I believe a lot of people would have seen it by now, where he vents his frustration in a similar way to how you said there was a bit of frustration because he wasn't bringing his offense in. You know, KSI pretty much said the same thing, and he, you know, it seemed like JJ was going in on him, but in knowing that they're brothers, that they know each other in terms of that. And I mean, and I guess for you, obviously you being brothers with Kenny, you'd have that same mentality in saying like, you know what, I'm not gonna do dilly dally around this. Like, I'm taking this seriously. So having seen that video and, you know, all that sort of stuff, like, you know, how does that put it in perspective for you? Like, you know, having seen KSI's videos about his frustrations with Deji in the ring.
The funny thing you said about like brothers, you talk a certain way. I mean, I don't care. Like with my fighters, I talk to them like family. If they're not doing what I tell them to do,
right?
Like even if they don't hit the target, I'll say, "What the f is that? What is that?" You know what I mean? For example,
yeah.
But with Kenny's sometimes we'll be in the gym, we'll be in the ring,
yeah,
and he's not doing something that I want him to do, like. Because I'm a real perfectionist,
right?
And I look at him with like a disgust face, and I'll say what, and then Kenny's confused. He's like, "What did I do?"
And obviously, because you've been together all your lives, it's just like when that disappointment comes out, it's just like, what's he thinking?
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
So then I have to explain to him and break it down why I'm talking to you like that. But to tell the truth, everyone's been asking me, "Have you seen a KSI video? Have you seen a KSI video?" Like, I've had loads of DMs from fans. Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
Sure.
Literally, I watched it for, I think it was Bread Batch.
Yes.
And I think I saw it. I saw the clip that they put up, which was only like a minute clip.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, somebody else might, after that minute, go, "No, I wanted to hear the rest of this," because I think it's like 11 minutes long or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I never. I kind of got what he was saying
in that 1 minute.
Yeah, in that 1 minute, I didn't need to go and see 11 minutes of the video. You know,
right?
At the end of the day, this is the way I see it. Family is family. Yeah. Who am I to turn around and you know, comment on what KSI is saying against his own brother?
Yeah,
you know,
facts.
Let that be, okay. Let KSI do what he wants to do, say what he wants to do. That's his brother. I don't have no right to be like, "What are you doing? Why are you speaking to him like that?" Blah blah blah. You know. And you never know. Deji probably used to that anyway.
Yeah.
You know, like, so other people might be like, "Oh, that's harsh," but Deji might be, to Deji, that might be a normal thing.
Yeah.
You know. So all I can do is like, I'm not listening to that. What am I doing?
So you're looking at it from your own perspective, as opposed to like everything that's going around. Like, you're going heads on with it.
Because I will say this. You got to remember, KSI wasn't in our camp.
No.
Yeah.
He did turn up to one of your sparring sessions though.
Turned up for the last sparring session.
Right.
Right. And I think KSI, because he spoke to me. Obviously, he was like turning up because obviously he's trying to see like where's Deji at, you know, if he's ready for the fight, and he was going in on KSI, you know,
exactly what he said.
So I understood the frustration from his brother, but what I will say at my defense is that KSI wasn't in the camp. He only turned up for that one sparring session.
Right.
So he doesn't know all the discussions that I've had with Deji.
Right.
All the things that forget boxing, just mentally, that I've had to try and change within him, you know. And obviously KSI, yes, he's had 2 fights. Is it 2 fights?
He's had 2. No, 3 fights. 1 with Joe Weller and 2 with Logan Paul.
Okay. But in my world, right? he's still inexperienced
Right.
himself, you
Right.
know? So there's a lot of things that go into boxing. Yes, he's been around good people, probably good boxing coaches, fighters. He's been in camps.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to remember, I've done this my whole life.
Right.
Right? So what he's saying about his brother, I ain't got a problem with that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the training himself, all I know is what I'm doing.
For sure.
What I'm trying to achieve and what I'm trying to change within Deji. And after the fight, when we were in the dressing room, KSI was basically talking to him the same way in front of me in the dressing room and in front of my assistant and everyone else, the same way he was on that video, more or less.
Right.
Yeah, so he's not going on that video and just doing it just for no reason. He was actually doing it in the same thing in the dressing room. And the only thing me and KSI was agreeing on, actually, one of the things we was agreeing on is like, because Deji was like asking KSI, do you think I should fight? Obviously, you know what the answer is. KSI is going, no, you've lost 3 times. Why are you going to fight? But he goes, I love it. Deji's going, I love it. I want to fight. But then, it came down to, right, if you want to do it, then you got to make it a lifestyle. So that was my only thing. It's like, I was like to Deji, listen, I'm here for you, man. If you really want to do this, then I'm here for you. But you really got to want it from here.
Right.
You know? If we're going to do this, you forget everyone else. Forget everyone else. Should I box? Should I box? It should be, do you want to box?
100%.
And are you willing to go through everything that needs to be done, you know, to go in that ring and look your absolute best? And that's it. So yeah, with KSI, I ain't got a problem with what KSI said. It's pretty normal. Do you know how many arguments I've had with my brothers? You know.
Same with, I think with family, just in general, like, you know, I've had arguments with my brother. It's just a normal dynamic. Like, if it wouldn't be any other way anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And then you move on. You're like, I love you, bro. Yeah, done, bro. You know what I mean?
That's it.
So I get it, man. As I said, all I know is what I'm doing in my camp and what I'm trying to achieve. Not just because it's Deji, but with all my fighters, my professional fighters.
100%. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if KSI came to me, then he would know what time it is. You know, for example, he would know what time it is. He would know what time it is. He'd be surrounded by the most hungriest people and fighters, you know, out there. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
like even if I wasn't to train him, if he just came along and just said, you know what, I'm going to surround myself around these people for the next month. And understand me as a person, understand me as a trainer, understand my philosophy, my methods, my mentality. You know, you can't know someone from the outside, you know.